They said she was just a child, too young, too naive, too dramatic. But within months, she became a face known in every corner of the world. Greta Thunberg, a teenager from Sweden who decided she would no longer sit quietly while adults debated her future. She didn't ask for permission. She took a sign, skipped school, and planted herself outside the Swedish parliament. And that's where it all began. Greta was born in January 2003 in Stockholm. She was just 8 years old when she first learned about climate change in school. But unlike most children, she couldn't shake the images from her mind. She stopped eating, stopped talking, and fell into depression. Doctors diagnosed her with Asperger's syndrome, selective mutism, and obsessive-compulsive disorder. But Greta calls Asperger's her superpower. She says it allows her to see the world in black and white, truth and lies, with no shades of grey. In August 2018, at the age of 15, she began her school strike for climate. It was a single act of defiance, but it triggered a global movement. By the end of that year, tens of thousands of students across Europe were walking out of classrooms every Friday, demanding action from their governments. Fridays for Future was born. Then came September 2019, the United Nations Climate Action Summit in New York. Greta took the stage, her voice trembling with anger and disappointment. "You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words. How dare you?" The speech echoed across the globe. It made her an icon and a target. Former US President Donald Trump mocked her on Twitter, telling her to chill. Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison said she was creating needless anxiety in children. She was called a puppet, a fraud, even mentally unstable. But Greta didn't back down. If anything, she turned the criticism into fuel. Her activism became bolder. Greta refuses to fly, traveling across continents by train or zero-emission yacht. She's turned down environmental awards, saying, "The planet doesn't need more prizes." In 2023, she was arrested in London for blocking the entrance to an oil facility. The image of her smiling as she was carried away by police went viral. But Greta is not just about speeches and protests, she's also about confrontation. When influencer Andrew Tate mocked her on social media, she responded with a short tweet that became one of the most liked in Twitter history. She's not afraid to name and shame corporations and governments for greenwashing, pretending to be eco-friendly while continuing to profit from fossil fuels. In 2024, the controversy escalated. At COP30, the largest climate conference in the world, she called the entire event greenwashing with lipstick. She accused world leaders of using the climate crisis as a PR tool. The following year, in 2025, she boycotted an international climate summit, after learning it was sponsored by one of the world's largest oil companies. She called them carbon criminals and warned that partnering with them was like asking an arsonist to lead the fire brigade. Her activism has sparked legal pushback. Several countries have passed laws to limit disruptive climate protests, a direct response to movements Greta supports. Critics say her tactics are reckless and cost jobs. Supporters argue that change has never come from being polite. And yet, for all the noise, Greta remains the same. No luxury lifestyle. No flashy cars. She still lives in Sweden, still protests, still speaks bluntly. She admits she's not trying to be liked. She's trying to be heard. And whether you love her or hate her, you have to admit, she's impossible to ignore. So who is Greta Thunberg? A brave voice for a dying planet? Or a symbol of radical environmental extremism? That's for you to decide. But one thing is certain, Greta's story is far from over. And she's not done making history. Which fact surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.